Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tony, and over the last year, as has always been, the channel is Tony Talks Cards. And I say that because today, at least today, well, tomorrow's Saturday the 25th. Today is Friday, October 24th. A year ago, minus one day, October 25th, 2024, was the first video I posted out there about my YouTube card collecting journey and my putting that out there in terms of card collecting and overall sports card collecting. So it's been a year. The last couple of videos I've talked about doing like a 1 year celebration giveaway, seen some other guys I like and respect do that same thing for milestones or years on YouTube. I think it's really cool. And I have had fun responding to those and seeing those videos and hearing about other creators and guys I follow and admire. So this will be the 1 year subscriber video giveaway kickoff. Rules will follow at the end of the video. I want to do a little bit of a background on kind of me. A lot of you know about me if you've been with me watching my videos for a long time, and thank you for those who have. I want to do a little bit of a high-level overview of how we kind of got here in 2025, my collecting interests, how they've evolved, talk about the first 2 or 3 channels I first watched on YouTube and why I decided to click on YouTube and watch sports card content. I may have told the story a couple times, but it's been a while, and kind of how we got here. And then again, like I said, I'll talk about the rules and the giveaway at the end. Hopefully it's not too long to get to that point. So first off, like a lot of guys, I feel like we have a lot of the same story. We began collecting in the 80s or 90s, opened up packs, searching for key players, building sets, came of age in collecting during the junk wax era. I don't mind that name. Bowman and Fleer and Topps and Donruss and Upper Deck came in 89, right? We lived for Beckett price guides, and whether the arrow was pointing up or arrow pointing down on cards we wanted to get or cards we already had, and then figuring out how that affected the cards' prices at our local card shop. I was one of those guys. I had a local card shop, grew up all over the place. My dad was in the military, so we moved around quite a bit. But I was a pack collector, a set collector from early on. I was just as excited to get card number 291, whatever that was, as I was to get my favorite Bears player. I just wanted to finish up the set, fill out that empty 9 pocket page area, right? Fill out my binders, my sets, my boxes, kept my checklists. And I was a set collector. I still am generally. And I love to have a goal, have a set, have a subset of a player to collect and kind of knock that off strategically and fast, hopefully, one by one. So I love Topps. I've got a Topps shirt on here to represent. But again, I collected as much as I could. I was a 50 cent, 45 cent pack guy. Never got into Upper Deck until like 1991 or 92. Fleer Ultra was too much for me. Stadium Club was too much for me. I liked the Fleer, Donruss, Bowman Baseball when that came back, and of course, core Topps as well. I stopped collecting around 94, 95. I was around 16 years old, and I just got to be too much. There were too many sets. I wanted them all. The price guides got thicker. The font in the price guides got tinier because there were more sets being issued. You had to cram more prices and cards in there. And I wanted to collect them all, and I just couldn't do it. And at that point, too, right, you're 16, bought a car, saving for a car, fixing up the car, movies and food and activities with friends, and then college, saving for college. And all my cards stayed at my parents' house. There was no real internet that I could look up cards on eBay and Amazon, and there was no Facebook, nor YouTube, of course, at that point. So I always loved the cards, always kept them, but just had other interests come up like a lot of us do when we're in high school and then college. Get your first job, your first apartment, your first house. And I think in my first house, all the cards kind of came from my parents' house in big plastic tubs, original binders, and the old now yellowing 9 pocket pages, still cards in there from my grade school collecting days, and carried those around with me, and still have those. So I still loved them, didn't get rid of them, loved cards, mostly a football guy, but also collected baseball too. And kind of a funny story is that I never played football. I wanted to, but never quite found a league or team. And with all of our moving, never quite got connected, I guess, to a football league. But I love football cards more than anything. But I played baseball in 4th and 5th grade and then slowly got into baseball later. So it was kind of a weird thing how I got into that. Told the story about Bears and Cubs. Bears won the Super Bowl. I became a fan a year later. Thought there'd be more. There haven't been. And then growing up, getting cable for the first time in 1990, 91, I think it was, or 1990, WGN, seeing the Cubs every day, it seemed like every weekend in the summertime, spring and fall, became a Cubs fan. So moving forward, I got back into collecting actively and buying cards on this thing called eBay. I didn't know what it was, it existed. I was home actually recovering from a minor surgery in 2008, and thought I'd type in 1978 football, Topps football, or football cards. All these listings came up. I was just like brought right back to like fourth grade, third grade Tony, seeing all these cards I had in my sets and binders, and now people are selling them on eBay. You can buy partial sets, full sets. You can buy cards and all the people you want. No, that was dangerous. And so I got back into collecting in 2008 because I was home recovering from minor surgery and had time on my hands, and I found the site, and here we are, right, almost 20 years later. But my journey evolved from set building. I built probably 25 years worth of vintage football sets in my 30s off eBay and other places like that, and ended up selling them several years ago to help fund a house repair project. But that was all positive and good. Owned them, loved having them, but I was kind of not enjoying them as much as I was before. They helped to get a bigger purpose in terms of this house repair, and actually helped partially fund the house we're in right now. So that was all great and good, just natural evolution of what I collected. Got really heavy and still am heavy into unopened packs. I love having packs unopened, whether they're cheap or expensive, graded or raw. They take me back to the local card shop, Target, KB Toys, Walmart, gas stations. I love that. Rack pack, sell packs. Still have a core base of my collection with those. But then YouTube, how did that kind of get here? So fast forward ahead, August of 2024, 14 months ago. I'm of the age, like a lot of us are, who grew up in the 80s and 90s, right? Junk wax era, have some of the same experiences. We all love 87 Topps, the wood grain borders. But if you loved 87 Topps, you're probably of an age like me. And it was time for my colonoscopy. Let's take a left turn with that, right? Long story short, everything worked out, no issues, went in for my procedure, it was fine. They give you some drugs to sedate you, right? And they say, don't go to work, don't make any big decisions the day you have your surgery. So I didn't. Was home in bed, searching for something to do, didn't want to watch TV or streaming or whatever else, and went to YouTube and thought, I'm just going to type in sports cards, see what comes up. And that's how it started. I found guys talking about this with other guys, or just talking to the camera by themselves about cards they loved, and thought, people do this? This is really interesting. I loved hearing what they were talking about cards that I never collected, or maybe that came out after I left collecting in the 90s. And it just seemed like a cool thing to do. And I guess, had some time for an outlet and wanted to explore that as a way to kind of enhance the cards I already collected and still had in my collection. So the first video creator I watched, I've never shouted them out, I don't think, on this channel ever. And they don't collect vintage. They're more kind of retro, more modern, late 90s to 2000s football, non-sport. Really cool set of three guys. Their channel is called Mike's Retro Trading Cards. I'll put all these channels below in a link. But they're three guys who grew up. One of the guys had a card shop, and they talk about cards from the 90s, 2000s, and just hobby stuff. They're really entertaining. They're the first channel I watched, Mike's Retro Trading Cards. Check them out. Very soon thereafter, I found Greg at Midlife Sports Cards, and then Junk Wax Hero. I found his channel too. And shout out to those two guys. They don't need more shout outs per se, because they've got a large following, really good channels, nice guys. Met them both briefly actually I only met Mike at the National. But I emailed them, found their emails on their YouTube channels, and said, hey, my name's Tony, don't have a channel yet. What cameras do you use? What lighting? Is there software? Is it free? I had no idea where to start. And within like a day, both of them emailed me back and forth a couple times with suggestions of what to do and encouraged me to start my channel. So shout out to Midlife and Junk Wax here. I've done that before, I think mentioned them, but again, big channels. They took time to respond to me 13 months ago or so. And thank you very much, guys. You helped me take that leap, among others who I watched from afar. Didn't email, but was encouraged by others who can do this. So I was at home, right, recovering from a procedure. Does that sound familiar? I was doing that in 2008 when I got back in, and now in 2025, got back in because of that, watched videos and was hooked. And 2 months later, I formed a channel. So I'd never watched YouTube sports card content really ever. I know a lot of you guys, I think, have watched for a long time and knew about some of these channels 5, 6, 7 years ago. I didn't watch them before August. I jumped in with the channel 2 months later, and I've loved it. So thanks to those guys who've helped me early on. And there's too many to name on this channel right now, but I'll shout them out maybe on future channels too, like I already have in some of my kind of, favorite channels under 500 subs or 1,000 subs. Check all these feature guys out. Those guys who I've texted with, commented back and forth on each other's videos, done live stream or recordings with, or non-recorded chats with. You know who you are. Thank you very much for making this a more fulsome, more cool, well-rounded hobby than it had been before. And because you guys, I've picked up way too many cards in the last year, but I think we all have that same story too. So, but that's me. I still love football, sparingly pick up key players, key cards that I maybe didn't have when I built all those sets, 10, 15 years ago. But I'm more into baseball now, some non-sport, still have my wax packs. I don't show them as much because it's hard to get them out based on how I've stored them in my card room, but maybe I'll do more of that coming up. I love the unopened stuff, but I also love learning more about the baseball players I kind of knew about, but didn't really know about. Learning about sets and issues and food issues and oversized, normal sized, undersized, whatever you want to call them, from a lot of you guys who share those things. So I'll shout you guys out in future videos too, but thank you for the inspiration. And like I said, it's 1 year. This is a 1 year video for me. This has been wonderful. And I'm doing a giveaway. I've got some rules. I'll put them in the comments or the description too. Hopefully these are pretty clear. I didn't want to make them too hard to, keep on top of. So here are the rules. You've got to be 18 years or older. Well, first off, let me say this. The contest will run from today through Sunday, November 23rd. That's about a month or so. It's about a month it's going to run. And I'll put out videos during this next month, including this video right here. And here's how you enter. Be 18 years of age or older. Be a resident of the U.S. It can be Alaska or Hawaii. All 50 states are fine. And just comment. Leave a comment on this video or any video I put out in the next month between now and November 23rd. I want to make sure I've got all the rules here. Yeah. So just do that. No need to do a VR or share or do a shout out. If you want to, for other reasons, that's great. But to enter the contest, 18 years of age or older. And also, I'm sorry, I forgot about this. Be a public subscriber. I didn't know there was such a thing as not a public subscriber. I hope I am publicly to everybody I subscribe to, but be a public subscriber. Sorry, I'm getting all over the place here. Subscriber, 18 older, all 50 states, and just leave a comment. All you have to do is leave one comment at any point in time over the next month. So if you comment 8 times on my 8 videos, you don't get 8 entries, it's just 1 entry. So anyway, share this, make sure other folks maybe who you think could want to be part of the giveaway see the videos as well if you like. But simple rules, just comment, say you were here over the next month or so. And the week of Thanksgiving, which is November 27th, I think this year is the Thursday, after the contest ends on the 23rd, that next week, I'll do a video, learn how to use the whole wheel of names thing I see people do, and we'll draw prizes. And there's going to be 4 prizes. So I'll show you what those are right now. The first one is a 1968 Luis Aparicio and an SGC 7. And again, these prizes will be given out just based on who's picked first. There's not a first, second, third. It's just, here's the prizes. Whoever gets picked first, you pick what you want. Whoever gets picked second, pick from the remainder prizes, and so on and so forth. So that's number 1. So I'll do 4 picks. Second is a 61 Topps Love That Cubs hat, Richie Ashburn in a PSA 5. Number 3 is a PSA 5 72 Topps Fergie Jenkins. And number 4, I know is at least one guy who I'm familiar with who loves Rickey Henderson, if not more, a PSA 6 82 Topps with Rickey in that position about to steal a base. So those are the 4 cards as of today I'll be doing the giveaway on. So I'll pick 4 names, And again, all you've got to do is just leave a comment at least once on any video, this video included, between now and November 23rd. I'll put out a couple of videos a week, so you'll have probably 8, 9 chances to see my video. Leave a comment. You can be, hey Tony, like the video, leave a 5-sentence dissertation on my video. It all counts equally. 1 entry per person. There's not going to be, again, 8 comments don't equal 8 entries. And share. That'd be great to get more of the word out here on this too. So, but there's one more fun thing I want to do. I wasn't sure if I want to do this or not, but I think I will, just to kind of make it a little more fun. So I looked and I'm at over 400 subscribers, which is crazy. And that's amazing for, 1 year on YouTube. So I thought, you know what would be kind of fun? What if I got to 500 between now and when this contest ends? What could I do? So 500 subscribers, five giveaways. I've got 4, so maybe a 5th one. And what if that 5th giveaway was someone from the 500 Home Run Club? Sure, why not? Let's see how this works. So if I get to 500, it's not about the numbers. I'm not trying to say that's what this is about, but I thought let's just kind of make this another level of interesting maybe and see what happens. So if I get to 500, I will include a 5th drawing from the Wheel of Names and have this card be part of the giveaway too. It is a 1970 Topps PSA 5 Harmon Killebrew, who is also a member of the 500 Home Run Club, of course. I think he won his MVP in 1969. He had 49 home runs and 140 RBI in 69. So very sharp 5 here. So again, this will be a part of the drawing. The week of Thanksgiving, if 500 is reached. And again, I just want to make sure I'm very clear. I didn't want to do this because I didn't want people to think it's all about subscribers, because it's not about that. It's about friends and community and engagement. But I thought, I am a numbers guy and kind of like to gamify things, sometimes make it interesting. So if I do get to 500, we'll do that one. And if not, hey, not a big deal. I'm looking forward to giving away these 4 cards too. So again, Rickey Henderson, 82 Topps, 72 Topps, 10 years earlier, Fergie Jenkins, 61 Topps, Mr. Cub for a couple years, Richie Ashburn there in a 5. And then 1968 Topps, the burlap, whatever you want to call it, bordering Luis Aparicio. Shout out to all my White Sox fans out there, in an SGC 7. So again, the rules, I'll say them one more time. I'll put them in the comments and description. Just be a public subscriber, be over 18 years old, all 50 states, including Alaska and Hawaii, and then just leave a comment. 1 comment equals 1 entry. 8 comments equals 1 entry too. So just leave a comment. I'll have a lot of videos come out the next 4 weeks to kind of capture comments. I'll tally them up, and the week of Thanksgiving, do a video and learn how to do the Wheel of Names, show it on screen, maybe live or recorded, and look forward to getting these cards out to all you guys who have been great supporters and commenters of the channel. You don't need a video or you don't need a channel, just be a commenter. So I want to make sure it's open to everybody, whether you have a channel or not. A lot of guys who comment don't have channels, and I love those comments as well, so keep that up. But that's it. That's my 1 year video. It's under 20 minutes. I think that's okay. Thanks, guys. This has been fun. October 24th. It's been a great 1 year. Got here in a weird way based on the stories I told and kind of why I started the channel and why I got into cards again in 2008. But you never know. Life can throw you curveballs or sliders, and it just may turn you in a direction that gives you some more enjoyment. And for me, at least, it did in this hobby in 2025 here. So thank you all again, guys. Make sure to leave a comment, share if you want to get this out to more people, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.